What up, guys? Kevin here. Just want to settle the debate physical books versus an e reader, or in my case, a Kindle. Which one is better? Which one do I prefer? And I will answer that question. This video will not end with me saying, it's up to you to decide. Everyone has its pros and cons, so you got to make the best choice for you. Now, we're not doing that here. This is definitive. This is what has made me enjoy reading again since I just started about a week ago. Um, because, yeah, these are two absolutely different experiences, in my opinion. Maybe some people will be like, it's words, I read it, that's it, that's all that matters. For me, it's a little bit more of an experience that I want out of reading. Now let's start with physical books. And I'm gonna start with the Kindle here since the battery's about to die. It's my 2018 Kindle with 1% battery left. Paper white. Probably got it for $100. You can get these for $100. Um, Maybe you want to wait till they're on sale. But yeah, this is a very awesome device. Some people would just get like the Fire tablet or an iPad. Just something about these e-ink paper, what do they call it, paper white Kindle readers, where it's just reading books. That's just all it is. I know there's some fancier ones like the Kindle Scribe, which I do have my eye on, that you can write, and there's some good functionality in it. There's dictionaries. If you don't know a word, you can just like hold on the word and it'll pull up a dictionary. I do that a lot. A lot of books I read, I'm like, I don't know what that word means. That's why I love reading, because that's how you expand your vocabulary. Which you can tell I need to be doing that if you watch my videos. But yeah, the Kindle is great just for books on the go. I think the number one reason I love the Kindle is just books on the go. Just have your whole library there at the palm of your hand. You don't have to worry about bringing books. Like, oh crap, I forgot my book. I can't read. And even if you forget your Kindle, there's a great Kindle app you can get on your phone and just pick up where you left off. So you can just actually read on your phone. And I will say, I read a lot more books when I'm reading them on a Kindle or the ebook version. And you can rent books from the library as well too. So yeah, and I would say the biggest pro, maybe out of all of them, they're cheaper. These books here, I got Mistborn. This is like $7.99, the Kindle version. The physical book right here is like 20 bucks. 20 bucks. I think actually on Amazon is $14, so it's double the price of the Kindle version. I bought this at Barnes and Noble for like $21. But yeah, cheaper, portability. Now, if you're somebody like, oh, I got Spice and Wolf here, I'm a 36-year-old man, I don't need to be out in public reading this, especially if you see some of the pictures in this book. Got a parental advisory warning sticker. The Kindle version, no one's going to know what you're reading. No one's going to know what you're reading. So if you like to read in stealth, do some stealth reading. People like to do stealth camping. I like to do some stealth reading. The Kindle's perfect for you. You could be reading War and Peace, or you can be reading some pornos. That's why I love the Kindle. But I don't know, is there anything else about the Kindle that I can appreciate? Oh, yeah, probably another huge, the light. Now, I think there's some Kindles where there is no backlight. This has backlight, so you can read it anywhere, especially if you use a Kindle app on your phone. You don't have to worry about light, like you're reading like it's the 18th century. But yeah, that's another huge pro, is especially if you get a Kindle with a backlight, and they do a great job with these, and they make it look so natural too, like it's an actual book. But I think that's really all the pros I got for the Kindle. Now let's go to the pros of a physical book here. And I think it's just that. It's a physical book. There's just nothing's going to beat having an actual book in your hand and seeing the artwork, seeing the pictures, especially if it's in color. I think most of them are in color. You can get different versions. Like the Mistborn here, I think there's like probably 3 or 4 different covers for this. I think there's like a hardback and different cover art. That's why I bought this version. I thought it looks really, really cool. And look, nothing's gonna beat just like when you're at the end of the book. And look, this is the most satisfying feeling in the world. When you see that you've read all the pages, it feels so good. It's just like, man, I'm towards the end. I can't wait to see how everything ends and just the experience. Just something about that is a satisfying feeling. You're not going to get that on the Kindle. You're not. It's easier to see like, all right, I want to read tonight. I want to read to the next chapter. How many pages? It's easier to flip through and go, oh, all right, the next chapter, I got to read like 10 pages. I mean, you can kind of do that on a Kindle, but it's just easier with the book. Yeah, now I said a big pro was you can stealth read. With the physical book, you really can't. You really can't. So if you're reading something embarrassing, or if you're like me, you just don't want to be bothered. Like even people that come up to me to be like, oh, you're reading that? I don't appreciate it. Don't talk to me. When you see me at a Starbucks reading, don't talk to me unless you're a hot chick. Sorry, I am that guy. I'm a little bit of a douche, but that's just who I am. I want to be left in peace so I can get some reading done. I'm a slow reader, so yeah, please leave me alone. But I know a lot of people will be like, oh, that's a great conversation starter. And to be honest, if someone like came up to me like, oh, Mistborn, I love that book. Big fan. And then it starts a conversation, I probably wouldn't mind it. But also, kind of in the same realm of that, when I bought this at Barnes and Noble, it was kind of like a experience just being in the same section, just having like one other person looking at the fantasy novels and just feeling like a little bit of a bond, a little bit of, not really much of an acknowledgement, just kind of head nod. Like, you can't get that on the Kindle store. You're not going to run into somebody when you're browsing Amazon. If you do, you need to lock down your credit cards and everything else. But yeah, there's something about like a communal experience when you go to a bookstore to buy books and just seeing people around and seeing people doing the same thing. Like people are into so many different things. It can feel lonely. Experience what you're into, but seeing a few others, especially in the same section, it feels good. It does feel good. It feels a little rewarding. It feels a little bit rewarding in a communal sense. But yeah, the cons of a book, of course, there is no backlight, so you got to get the lighting right. I need to fix that. I got really poor lighting in my place. There is some heft, so you can say it's a pro for a little bit of a workout, but with the Kindle, these things are pretty light. I know like the Scribe's pretty heavy, but yeah, these books can be pretty damn heavy. And this is just like a standard novel. But I also think it's a pro to feel the heft and the smell too. You can't leave out the smell of a brand new book. But yeah, I think that's the pros and cons of each. Now, let's make a decision, right? Which one do I prefer? Well, my battery's dead. Now, I really do love the Kindle. I really do appreciate it. I love that I can pick up and go at any time with the Kindle app, especially on my phone. Just makes it easier for reading. I get a lot more reading done with the Kindle. But there's also one thing I left out, and I saw the study, and I do think it's true. When you read physical books, you retain more of what you read than a Kindle or ebook. That's just facts, and I do think that is true. I'm just trying to remember all the Kindle books I read over the last decade plus, and none of them are really sticking out to me. But like physical books that I've read my whole life just really do. You just really retain everything that you read, where a Kindle just feels like you're reading a PDF. So that's my answer. Physical books for the win. And I'm somebody that loves digital products. I love technology. Just seeing the technology with the Kindles and all these e-readers. We got e-readers coming out that are in color. Absolutely amazing stuff. But just nothing will beat a physical book. Just in your hand, reading it. It just feels cozy. It feels good. It feels like it's just never going to go away, and it cannot be replicated. These things will just never replicate, no matter how awesome they are. Just having a good physical book in your hand and just reading that fucker. But all right, there you have it. That's my answer. Physical books for the win. Can appreciate the Kindle. But hey, who says you have to choose one or the other? You can do both. That's something I think about, but I don't need to be spending like 40, 50 bucks to read one book. Not yet. But unless you can get both versions at the library and you don't spend a dime, just the price of the Kindle. All right, well, I gotta go. That's my answer. Physical books for the win. I'll talk to you later. Later.